beautiful, beautiful fall day. Today may be the last day of the beautiful, beautiful leaves because a lot of rain is coming in Tuesday and Wednesday, and that means, oh no, the leaves will be gone. But I can tell y'all the leaves have been extremely beautiful this year. Maybe God knew it was a special year that we all really needed something pretty. You know that Jen's service was on Saturday, and it was very much like her. It was very organized, it was very together, and the perfect music. And in honor of her, we're going to play just a little trailer of a song that I think you all may know. You may not know the story of how it happened, but the story was written because somebody finally found Jesus and finally believed in him. And in today's world, I watched way too much news this weekend. I saw way too many depressing things. I saw 100,000 people who were gathered and were being negative and horrible and supporting those horrible terrorists. And it's a downer. It's just a downer. So today's program is going to be an upper. It's going to be like you just got up this morning and you took a dose of something good. Whether it was your good cup of coffee or your good glass of orange juice or your good whatever, today is going to be a good day. Be someone who finds something good in each day, then give it to others. Today, we are going to find something good today. It's been a rough weekend. Not only did we say goodbye to Jen, I have to ask for prayers, and I'm going to ask for prayers for a very, very dear friend. We're not going to tell you who, but I will tell you 99.9% of you know and love them, and 99.9% of you have been there with them on different occasions, and you know him and you love him. And when you get a cancer diagnosis, you just keep going until you find the right doctor who can take care of things. And we are praying today that as calls are made to different hospitals and different programs and different, maybe we can do this and maybe we can do that. Did y'all know that sitting in a classroom somewhere is a kid who can solve cancer if we can just get them to get it done? I don't know what the holdup is. I don't know why we can't get this done. Cancer's been around a long, long time. I can just say I hate cancer. But then we know that we have a very, very powerful God who is in charge of everything. If we look at cancer and what it did to Hans Rufert is still here. It's been over 16 years. So imagine that. Cancer doesn't always win. So we're going to declare that for this wonderful gentleman, cancer is not going to win. Cancer is going to be defeated. Cancer is going to be whipped. Satan's going to go back to the hole he crawled out of, and we're going to say, be gone, be gone, be gone. So please, every single person out there who is watching today, put this precious gentleman on your prayer list. Put him on your church prayer list. Put him on your phone prayer list. If you have a prayer list going, please pray that there can be an absolute miracle and that this thing will turn around and that life will live itself out as normal, just as we expect to get old together and to be friends and to be forever doing something fun. And we want y'all to know that prayers are answered. So please, 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 today is a day of prayer. Today is also a day of music and remembering, and we're going to share this little bit of the trailer from I Can Only Imagine. I remember the first time I ever heard it. Nick was going to a program at church, and he came in one night after their church. They had a Wednesday night little church program, and he came in and he said, "Mom, you got to hear this song." And he put it on, and I was going, oh, wow, oh, wow, oh, wow. Well, I want y'all to hear a little bit of You Can Only Imagine, because when we see Jesus, we can only imagine. Jen got to see Jesus, and now Jen, knowing Jen, the organizer that she is, has probably got Jesus real busy doing something. He's probably volunteering at the USO in heaven. He's probably saying thank you to our veterans. And I got to tell y'all a quick little clip of what happened to me this weekend. You know, everybody has locked themselves out of their car. Everybody does it. Everybody's done it. Well, I didn't lock myself out, but I was with a precious, precious lady that I love. And she's older than me, but she is spry and feisty. Well, We were in the middle of 308 acres, and the keys got locked in the car. Now, let me tell you about this 308 acres. It's an abandoned old gold mine, and it has deep holes, and it has deep crevices. And you got 2 old ladies and a military dude out there in the middle of it. And we're out there in the middle of it, and the keys get locked in the car. But if I'd have had a cameraman, we'd have gone viral, because you have never seen anything like what it took to get into this car. And she was precious. She kept saying, "Bust the window, bust the window. I don't care, bust the window." And I said, "No, no." And he kept saying, "No, no, no, ma'am, we're not going to bust the window. We're not going to bust the window." Well, we figured it out. Guess who the genius was that came up with the plan? It wasn't the military. It wasn't the old granny. It was me. I said, "Son, take your belt off and do this and do that," and got it done. And it cracked us up. Took 3 tries after trying multiple things, including put her on the roof of the car and trying to get her to stick her little bony, skinny arm down in the car. It was crazy, y'all. The whole thing was crazy. But it's one of those things. The Lord put us in the right place at the right time with a wonderful, wonderful gentleman with a military career that spanned 17 years. And he ended up with PTSD. So many guys end up with it. So many guys end up, we were in the right place at the right time. We laughed, we hugged, we did everything, and we got through that moment. And do I appreciate life more today? Yeah, because I spent a little time with a very special soldier who spent a lot of his time being deployed. And like many other of the military who come home, they bring a lot of baggage with them. So today, Veterans Day's over, but we should never be over thanking those military guys, thanking those military women, thanking those family members who were left because they're Gold Star families. Thank them all. That's what we should do every single day. We're going to go now to the trailer from I Can Only Imagine, because if you haven't heard this song, I think, I don't know if Michelle chose the music or if Jen chose the music, but the music was absolutely perfect. So sit back now and just listen, because no matter what we're facing today, imagine when we face Jesus.
It's an amazing song.
Just kind of happened. Took about 10 minutes, I guess.
Bart, you didn't write this song in 10 minutes. It took a lifetime. How'd you do this?
You know, I've never told anybody my story. When I was 11 years old, life was tough.
Where's Mama?
She's gone. She don't want me no more. And she don't want you neither.
And I've always loved music. And I found some songs that I held on to. They gave me hope.
Mercy me, that can't be his real voice.
Because I needed it. Dad, I can do this.
No, you can't. And you're gonna blink your eyes and you're gonna realize that life has gotten you nowhere because you chased some stupid dream.
I can. I'm leaving, Shan.
I want you to know that I pray for you all the time. And I hope that you find whatever it is that you're looking for out there.
What are you running from?
My dad.
Then write about it. Let that pain become your inspiration.
I got some stuff I need to sort out.
And I deal with it the only way I know how, and that's to write a song.
You hungry? Set the table.
What is this?
I want to make things right. You and me.
My dad was a monster, and I saw God transform him.
You have a gift, real gift.
I didn't think that God could do that. And so I wrote this song for my dad.
No matter what you're facing in life today, no matter what is thrown at us, all we can do is imagine seeing Jesus' face. So no matter where we go, what happens to us, what we deal with, what we experience, that moment. And Jen got that moment. And we just have to say, you know, you say your goodbyes, and then you think about, would I want to be where she is, or would I want to be what I'm dealing with? You just decide that. I can only imagine. Oh, gosh. Okay, we've got some photos, and I have a couple of prayer requests for my precious, precious friend, Mrs. Santa Claus, is going in surgery tomorrow. Now, Mrs. Santa Claus has got to be fine and dandy because the parade and ball ground, the 50th anniversary of the parade is December the 1st. So Mrs. Santa has about 2 weeks to get over this surgery, so I need you to pray for her. We're going to go to just a DVD of a song that Matt Dibler did, and just a bunch of pictures that include Mr. and Mrs. Claus, because Mr. and Mrs. Claus have had a rough, rough year. You would never know it when you see their faces. They're always smiling. They're always positive. He has battled cancer, and she has battled so many problems, and they're still smiling, and they're still giving of themselves, and I think that's life's lesson today. No matter what we're facing, we have to continue to give of ourselves. So let's go to this. It's really funny because I realized how long ago it was, because these kids have all graduated high school now. So here we go to a visit with Santa here on the set.
It's amazing, I never saw till today how foolish a son I have been. The grass is not greener here, and nobody cares, but I know where I've got a friend. He's still setting my place at the table, still calling my name in prayer. He still looks up the road, somehow he knows the prodigal son is coming home. I lost everything that I had to find out. What I needed was there all along. So I'm leaving this place. I want to see my Father's face and hear him say, "Son, welcome home." I was still a great way from my Father's house. He came running to greet his lost son. I said, "Your servant I'll be." He never heard me. He cried, "My prodigal son has come home." He's still setting my place at the table, still calling my name in prayer. But now I'm in the right place. I'm just a trophy of God's grace. The prodigal son has come home. Yes, I'm in the right place. I'm just a trophy of God's grace. The prodigal son is coming home, coming home. The prodigal son amazing I never saw till today. How foolish a son I have been. The grass is not greener here, and nobody cares, but I know where I've got a friend. He's still setting my place at the table, still calling my name in prayer. He still looks up the road, somehow he knows the prodigal son is coming home. I lost everything that I had to find out. What I needed was there all along. So I'm leaving this place. I want to see my Father's face and hear him say, son, welcome home. I was still a great way from my Father's house. He came running to greet his lost son. I said, your servant I'll be. He never heard me. He cried, my prodigal son has come home. He's still setting my place at the table, still calling my name in prayer. But now I'm in the right place. I'm just a trophy of God's grace. The prodigal son has come home. Yes, I'm in the right place. I'm just a trophy of God's grace. The prodigal son is coming home, coming home. The prodigal son has come home.
Whether you're in the mood for chicken strips, a delicious burger, our classic banana split, or an upside-down thick blizzard treat, we've got you covered. Hot and fresh food every day, every time, and delicious DQ soft serve make the perfect pair at your favorite place. Not fast food, fan food fast. Your Blue Ridge, Ellijay, and Jasper Dairy Queens are your meet, eat, and treat headquarters.
Thank you for choosing DQ. How may I serve you?
The mountains are calling, and they're closer than you think. Farmers Crossing in Ballground offers creekside lots with homes beginning in the 400s. Walking distance to downtown shopping, dining, tennis courts, Calvin Farmer Park, and local events. It also includes a beautiful hike to Long Swamp Creek. Leave the car and the worries behind. Move in by fall 2023. Call Cherie Martin at 404-375-0590 or Evelyn Calhoun at 770-733-0779.
Georgia Medical Treatment Center now has 2 locations to bring you the high-quality holistic care you've come to know and expect. We treat neck, back, and joint pain with chiropractic care and injection-based treatment without the need for surgery or prescription painkillers. Our medical weight loss program can also provide relief while ridding your body of toxins, pounds, and inches while improving your overall health. Call today for a free consultation, 770-345-2000, or go online to georgiamtc.com.
You know, how you feel on the inside is just as important to me as how you feel on the outside.
Oh, Daddy. I'm grown up, in every way, care and take care of you. You're my grown up, and I know you're there. I'm grown up, and you know I care. 'Cause it's you and me and me and you. So when you are okay or not okay, I'll take care of you.
Whether you're swimming in the sea or splashing in the pool, making a masterpiece, or just making memories, writing a great American novel, or writing your term paper that's due tomorrow. Whatever you do in life, Farmers is here to protect it. For all your insurance needs, call Donald Curtis in Blue Ridge.
Okay, free. Free. Everybody loves something that's free. Guess what was free? Jesus' birth was free. Jesus' love is free. Guess what else is free? On December the 9th, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., write down this address, 9275 Highway 64 West in Murphy, North Carolina. This is not far from Blue Ridge, not far from McKaysville, not far from Mineral Bluff, and it's just a rock and a nothing from Ducktown. So y'all come out. This is 9275 Highway 64 West, 5 to 8 p.m. on December the 9th. Gifts, games, food, music, and fun, all free. All free. If you want to know more about it, you can pick up the phone and call the number on the flyer. If you want to be there and have good fun, from the cradle to the cross, and you know what? It has all been free to us, and now there's going to be an event. This is I think it's the second or third year they've done it. There were 800 people who showed up last year. Please come out and celebrate Jesus' birth, Jesus' life, His love for each and every one of us. And again, this is free. Did you hear that word, y'all? Everybody's on a budget. Everybody is struggling to buy groceries. Everybody is wondering, when is the madness going to end? Well, we don't know when it's going to end, but we can just pray that it ends soon and things just get better. We need them to go back like they were, you know, when we had respect and we had manners and everybody acted sensibly instead of acting like a bunch of nuts. And we've seen a bunch of nuts out in the world lately. Guess what we saw Saturday night? I didn't get to see nothing because I didn't get to go, but that's okay because it was time to honor Jen. The 37th annual White Christmas came off without a glitch, and better than that, it was the best year ever. Over 700 children in foster care will get Christmas because of your generosity on Saturday night. The Isaacs were there, they gave of themselves. John R. Bowman was there, he gave of himself. The Glory Bound group was there, they gave of themselves. And Mark Wills showed up once again. And I want to remind y'all, there is a group that I want you to just go Google it on YouTube. It is called Home Free. And this, I'd never even heard about them before, never seen them, didn't know who in the world they were, but yesterday there is a video that they do. They do a bunch of different videos, they do tons of videos, but there's one with Mark Wills, and they're doing that song that he did, Don't Laugh at Me. Remember when, you know, October was the month that we support bullying, not bullying children, not bullying people, not standing up to people and making them cower down to you, not being a bully. October was the month that we celebrate stopping the bullying. So go to YouTube. It's free. Did y'all know YouTube's free? You just go and you can watch anything you want to. Subscribe, hit, do whatever you want to. Doesn't cost you a dime. Just do it. This song is, Mark Wills is in this, and the group Home Free, and it's amazing. It's amazing because they are doing his song and they're representing it by kids who may not be perfect, kids who may be a little backward, kids who feel very insecure, and you need to watch it. You just absolutely need to watch it. But these guys, you talk about music. I'm glad Mr. Ellijay's not here today because he would not like that they're better than him. They're better than just about anybody out there. They have voices that are absolutely incredible. And I want every one of y'all to go to YouTube and just listen to their music. They take a lot of old songs that you know, and then they do a really cool video of it. And one of the ones that I really, really liked was Take Me Home Country Roads by John Denver. Today's a day of music. If you're sitting at home and you're sad and something's going on, put on some good gospel music. Guess what we're about to do? We're going to put on some good gospel music. We're going to share some music with you today. We're going to share memories. Archie Watkins, you know, he owns the Inspirations. He was with the Inspirations for over 50 years. And then he had a small stroke. Well, that took him off the road, but the young Inspirations are delivering that magical message and song. And they are hitting numbers that are just unreal. They are amazing. There is young talent out there that we need to support, we need to listen to. We need to encourage other people to listen to it. And that Home Free, you better be listening to it because you talk about good stuff. That's some good, who was it? Andy Griffith say, Ain't B, that was good stuff. That was mighty fine. That was mighty fine. It was better than mighty fine. It is awesome. So, but today we're going to share some music. Archie Watkins, just a good guy. You know him, you love him. He is one of the dearest people in gospel music ever, and he gave of himself for over 50 years. And so we're going to share a little bit of music from him today. So y'all sit back, get your second cup of coffee, and just relax and just find something to smile about. Here we go.
Tonight, do you feel blessed to be here? Amen. Isn't it a blessing to get to enjoy this good gospel music? A truck driver down in Jonesboro, Georgia, got to thinking about how the Lord had blessed him. He said the old song, Count Your Blessings, Name Them One by One, came to his mind, and he said, I started naming them. He said, when I finished, I had a song written. This is what he had. I woke up this morning and got out of bed. He poured out his blessings on me. I went to the kitchen for my daily bread. He poured out his blessings on me. I opened the window to breathe in the morning. He poured out his blessings on me. And I heard the birds singing hymns on the lawn. He poured out his blessings on me. I went out to get in my old Chevrolet. He poured out his blessings on me. I was down at the job, it's another payday. He poured out his blessings on me. He's pouring out blessings, and I don't deserve them, over and over again. Just to think how he so loved this wretched old sinner, that he died on the cross for my sin. I'd like to testify for just a minute, just to tell you how blessed I've been. But it may take a moment to regain my composure, 'cause I can feel the touch of his hand. He's pouring out blessings again. I like this blessing right here, listen. I drove by the church where I first knelt to pray. He pours out his blessings on me. That's where my family and friends go to worship each Sunday. That's where the preacher man preaches the word straight and true. He pours out his blessings on me. There's fire in the pulpit and fire in the pew. He pours out his blessings on me. That's where I lay down my burdens and my cares are all lost. He pours out his blessings on me. And sinners can still find their way to the cross. He pours out his blessings on me. He's pouring out blessings and I don't deserve them, over and over again. Just to think how he so loved this wretched old sinner, that he died on the cross for my sin. I'd like to testify for just a minute, just to tell you how blessed I've been. But it may take a moment to regain my composure, 'cause I can feel the touch of his hand. He's pouring out blessings again. I'd like to testify for just a minute, just to tell you how blessed I've been. But it may take a moment to regain my composure, 'cause I can feel the touch of his hand. He's pouring out blessings again. He's pouring out blessings over and over and over and over. A good friend of ours, Brother Lance Carpenter, wrote a great song. He got an email, and the email was about a man who went to the doctor's office to have some stitches removed from his finger, and he was in a hurry, and the nurse said, "What's the hurry?" And he said, "Well, I go every morning and have breakfast with my wife. She's in a nursing center." And the nurse said, "Well, I guess that really excites your wife that you come every day." And he said, "No, she don't remember who I am. She don't remember me." And the nurse said, "Well, why is it so important this morning that you be on time?" He said, "She don't remember me, but I remember her." And Lance Carpenter and Ricky Atkinson got together and wrote a great song. Lance said he got to thinking about, should the day come when through sickness maybe he didn't remember his family. Maybe he didn't remember the day he got saved. But should the day come when I can't remember him, he will remember me. Listen to the words of a great song. For years now, this sickness has robbed her. It seems to get worse every day. She's always confused by her memory, even forgetting her sweet husband's name. Still he's holding her hand at her bedside. He comes every day right on time. Though she hasn't known him for years now, he keeps this one thought in his heart and his mind. She said, "I know my name's written in heaven with all of the saved and should the day come when I can't remember him, he will remember me. Yes, he will remember me. He said he would never leave us nor forsake us. Amen. Someday I may not remember Jesus, my dear Savior's name. I may not recall my family. I may not remember the day I was saved. But I know my name's written in heaven with all of the saved and redeemed. And should the day come when I can't remember him, he will remember me. I may walk through the valley of the shadow of death, but I know his face I shall see. He said he would never leave nor forsake me, and I know that Jesus will remember me. Remember me. And I know my name's written in heaven with all of the saved and redeemed. And should the day come when I can't remember him, he will remember me. Yes, he will remember me. I know he will remember me. It was at a little front porch sale. She stopped to look around. She saw those two shoes, Sunday slippers, a bargain to be found. But her husband didn't know the Lord, so what good were they to him? But God said, just believe, you will receive. So she took him at his word. Time passed on and she wondered if she'd ever see the day he'd wear those two shoes, Sunday slippers, and to the church house make his way. Then it happened on one Sunday morn as she started out the door. He said, wait for me. She turned to see those two shoes walking across the floor. And there were two shoes, a prayer and a promise God would keep to save the soul of the one who wore those two shoes on his feet. She held them as she prayed each day, as the tears went down her cheeks. There were two shoes, a prayer and a promise God would keep. The preacher told of Calvary, of the old rugged cross, how that Jesus came and gave his life to save all the lost. Then he gave the invitation and she saw what brought a smile. She saw those 2 shoes, Sunday slippers, go walking down the aisle. And there were 2 shoes, a prayer and a promise kept so sweet. God save the soul of the one who wore those 2 shoes on his feet. He wore them as he prayed that day, as the tears ran down his face. There were 2 shoes, a prayer and a sinner saved by grace. There were 2 shoes, a prayer and a sinner saved by grace. Saved by
glad we got in 2 Shoes. I love that song. Love, love, love that song. For y'all who don't know, that was written by a lady over in Resaca, Georgia. Well, speaking of Georgia, we're going to show some pictures now of a Georgia bred and born pound cake that my granny made for hundreds of years, and I've made it forever and ever and ever. And I really got my mind blown this week because I looked and somebody was selling pound cakes on Marketplace. $30 each. Well, the genius that I am, I conjured up, how much does it cost to make a pound cake? Well, you know, the butter's this and the sugar's this and that, but the pleasure you get out of it is amazing. So there's something great about a pound cake. I want to remind y'all that every week in the Pickens Progress, I do a recipe, and it depends on the time of year, it depends on the mood I'm in, it depends on is it hot weather, cold weather. But this is Granny's pound cake, and if you don't have this recipe, I'll be happy to share it with you. Very, very simple and very easy. And the last one I made before this one stuck to the pan, and you talk about a war zone. It was like the kitchen had turned into a war zone. I was about to have me a running, dying duck fit. But I finally got it out of the pan, but it took me and a whole bunch of trying and a doing. But that one didn't stick, because that one I did in Granny's old-timey pan, and I don't know why it doesn't stick, but it doesn't, and I'm so thankful it didn't. But if you want a good pound cake recipe, it's very simple, very easy, and again, I've had it in the Pickens Progress, so if you have saved those recipes. Now this was a Throwback Thursday picture, and this is sweet, sweet Marie, who worked for me at Appalachian Memories. We had so much fun, and I was just thinking the other day of all the amazing women who have come through my life and been such a very special part of my life and are gone now, and it blows my mind at how many people are leaving us. And then again on Friday when I had our little episode, and I'm out there with a lady who's quite a bit older than me, and we had so much fun. And I just said, man, we've got to look around in this life and we've got to laugh. We have to remember the good times. We have to let the bad things move out of our soul, because it is so hard to think about the bad stuff all the time. And we have to stay positive and focused. And when I think about Sweet Marie, I have to stay positive and focused. Now this, Miss Evelyn chose that picture, and I don't know if y'all will notice that or not, but that picture was a few years ago. I looked a little different. And she did this for us for our new business cards, and I got right tickled because I said, well, that's not how I look now. And she said, well, it's the only picture I have. I said, okay, go ahead and use it, because I was in the woods in that 308 acres, no cell service, no Wi-Fi, no nothing, and there wasn't a thing about it. If I'd have had a good picture, I couldn't have sent it to her. So if you get out today and you just think, well, I need something to do, go take a nice long walk in the woods, and it will just clear your head. And if you can find somewhere with a stream, now that was the picture that, I don't know if Michelle found that picture, or I can't remember where the picture was that they used on Saturday. It was a beautiful picture of Jen. And I used to tease her. I'd see her out and she wouldn't have her eye makeup on. And I'd say, don't you dare go out in public without that eye makeup. You do such a good job with your eye makeup. And such a force to be reckoned with. She was fun. She was crazy. She was very, very strong when it came to getting things done, and that is my favorite veteran ever. That is Papa Jack Bryson. It took me many, many, many years to finally get him in front of a TV camera, and he talked about his experience in Korea, and it was rough, and he talked about how few of his friends came home, and it was rough. But that is my favorite veteran. Now, those are my two favorite fishermen, and let me tell you about them. One of them's my son-in-law. One of them's my son-in-law's brother, so he might as well be my son-in-law because I love them both to death. And they are 2023 Anglers of the Year. And that's because they're the best at what they do. But let me tell you what being best got them. They won a boat. Now, we got a little problem here. They won a boat. There's two of them. Are they going to cut that boat in half? What are they going to do? One of them going to get the motor and one of them going to get the hull? How are they going to do that? They'll figure out a way because they're twins and they've been together all their life. One day, I hope you get to read the book of the life and times of Lonnie and Donnie Fountain, because the life and times, you see what it says on this boat? In God we trust. In God we trust. If you go to talk to those men, you're going to get a whole lot of God before you leave there. They are such good guys.
Hey, y'all.
So proud of them. Now,
Happy
listen to
Friday
this,
before
y'all.
Veterans
This
Day.
is out in the woods
Today
where
is a
we
very,
got
very
stuck.
special day,
Now,
a day that we
308
prepare
acres,
to
and we are
honor
right now
all
in the
veterans
middle
who
of
have
it, and
served
we are locked
our
out of
country,
the
all
car.
veterans
It
who
was
didn't come
hysterical.
home, all veterans
It
who
got
are dealing
funnier
with
as the
all
old
kinds
lady
of
I was
issues after
with
they
is
came
they
home.
prop her up on a
And I'm out
tire.
in the middle of a
She's
piece of
crawling across the
property
top of the car,
that is,
and I'm going, oh
huge,
my gosh! Then I
over
got this
300
brain
acres.
unfreeze. My brain unfroze, and I said, listen, let's try this. And it worked, but it took a while to get it to work, but it worked. But if you haven't been out in the woods lately, go find a creek and just sit by that creek side and just listen to it. It was so calming. It was so much fun. I made me a walking stick, and actually we broke my walking stick to get into the car and to do what we needed to do, and it was crazy, y'all. It was just crazy how this happened. And honestly, I've locked my keys out of my car, never in the middle of 308 acres where we were going to have to walk, and this was an abandoned old gold mine. And it had a lot of craters and a lot of big holes, and I'm thinking the next call we make is going to be 911, and none of us had cell service. If we'd have had a disaster down there, there wasn't a thing we could do but walk out of there. So it was a bit crazy, but it was fun. And I thank God every day for the ability to continue to do what I do. I love selling real estate. I love meeting new people, and I'm so honored to get to do that. Because really, I'm older than retirement age, but I'm not going to retire. And that, y'all, he's a little tiny bit older than retirement age, but he is the sweetest, kindest gentleman in the world. Happy, happy birthday to Mr. Wallace Parks. What a precious, precious gentleman. And his sweet, sweet wife of over 60 years. They are just the sweetest, sweetest couple, and I love them dearly. And happy, happy birthday, sir. Happy birthday. Yay. Yay. Now, we're going to go to one more song by Archie Watkins. Don't know what it is, but I don't want to stop now, because if we'd have stopped a while ago, we wouldn't have gotten two shoes. And we sure did need to hear that. That is one of those songs, if you have to get up and go to church Sunday morning by yourself, and your husband or whatever doesn't want to go to church, that's fine, that's fine. You just do what you do. But you listen to that song, and then that one day, he put on them shoes and he went to church with him. So there you go. We're going to go now to one more song by Archie Watkins.
This fiery situation that you have been engaged in is just another chance for God to move. Satan laid a stumbling block before my path today. Another chance for God to send the devil on his way. Just a grain of faith, faith in Jesus' name, gives just another chance for God to move. This trial is just another making of one more mighty moving, one more testimony, one more chance to praise the Lord. This fiery situation that you have been engaged in is just another chance for God to move. God's hand has moved defensively take me from harm's way. Another chance for God to prove that He's still God today. So bring to Him your burdens, on His shoulders cast. Another chance to move in your behalf.
This trial is just another making of one more mighty moving, one more testimony, one more chance to praise the Lord. This fiery situation that you have been engaged in gives just another chance for God to move. This trial is just another making of one more mighty moving, one more testimony, one more chance to praise the Lord. This fiery situation that you have been engaged in gives just another chance for God to prove His mighty love for me. One more opportunity, just another chance for God to move.
Okay, I want to remind y'all, we have been doing the coat drive for homeless veterans. Now, when I was out in the woods Friday with my sweet dear Michael, who is a veteran who has served for 17 years, he's been deployed over and over and over. And when you think about what we put our military through, if we can't come through and help him and them, then shame on us. Shame, shame, shame on us. So if you have a new coat, old coat, a good coat, if it is something that somebody else can get some wear out of, please get them together. We have extended the deadline through Thanksgiving, and we are still collecting coats. The Cherokee County isn't proud of this, but they have more homeless veterans than any county in Georgia. And because we serve from Ball Ground to Turtletown, it is time that we came together and we produce every single coat we can possibly find. So get out and get us up some more coats. We need lots of coats, all sizes, and I've been gathering them and gathering them and gathering them, and that's what we do. We're doing for others, and that's what God commanded us to do. So I have to say, this is a praise report. Last night, I'm watching Evening of Promises, and I'm thinking, wonder who's on tonight. Well, I'm so glad I watched it because Billy Wayne Chastain and the group from Friendship Church was on there singing, and you talk about a blessing. Oh my goodness, it was such a blessing. That's one of the really cool things about ETC is you get gospel music, you get good news, you get praise reports, you get all kinds of things that are happening in our community, and the cool thing is if you watch it once, you'll probably get to see it again because we rerun these things. And I love the Evening of Promise. That was probably done 10 years ago, but it was one of my favorites, and it was so cool to get to see it. So if you are enjoying that programming, let ETC know and let them know that you want more of that coming, because these reruns, do y'all know how many reruns I've got? Over 2,000. You know, I remember when Oprah Winfrey was retiring, and she said, I've done so-and-so shows and so-and-so. And I thought, Lord, I've only been on 18 years, and I've done more than that, because she would tape a whole bunch at one time, unlike me. Crazy. But when we look at, we can make a difference in somebody's life. It might be a song, it might be a poem, it might be just a word of encouragement. So today, take my friend Joe Kelly McCutcheon's advice and encourage somebody today. Say something positive to somebody today. And it's just like that last song that Archie did. We're going to face something. We're going to face something in our life. We're going to have something happen, but we know that God can take care of this. And again, please pray for our dear friend who is, he got the news that none of us want to get. Blood cancer is not one of those good ones, but it can have some better results if they get it in time, and we are just praying that the time will be better. And once again, it is in His hands. And if you will please say a prayer. Any and everybody who's out there hurting. There's so many people who are facing the holidays, who have lost a loved one, who, one of my friends buried her only son about 8 years ago, and she's having a really, really hard time. And that's what we do, is we reach out and we help each other. So today, reach out and help somebody else. We're going to go back now to another song by Archie Watkins. He seems to have chosen exactly what we needed to hear today, and I don't know if y'all believe it or not, but sometimes God's timing is perfect. Let's see what we hear now.
I've been on my way to heaven for a long, long time, and many things have happened that's clouded up my mind. But I am more determined to walk the narrow way. I've got more to go to heaven for than I had yesterday. There's a golden street to walk upon, a bell I'm gonna ring, a brand new angel in the choir, I want to hear her sing. There'll be a lot of friends awaiting when I walk through the gate. I've got more to go to heaven for than I had yesterday. I've been through lonesome valleys, I've climbed the highest hill, I've known the joy of living in the center of God's will. I've watched the angels come and take my loved ones home to stay. I've got more to go to heaven for than I had yesterday. There's a golden street to walk upon, a bell I'm gonna ring, a brand new angel in the choir, I want to hear her sing. There'll be a lot of friends awaiting when I walk through the gate. I've got more to go to heaven for than I had yesterday. There's a golden street to walk upon, a bell I'm gonna ring, a brand new angel in the choir, I want to hear her sing. There'll be a lot of friends awaiting when I walk through the gate. I've got more to go to heaven for than I had yesterday. Yes, I've got more to go to heaven for